But I heard that Gap Mortar's pretty good.
Well, I don't know where you heard that from. That's just some vicious rumors. You know she should never pay attention to the internet.
Yes, those crazy internets.
Yeah. All right, so we are gonna get into Parrot and Rumble here. We are gonna run down some of these loadouts.
If you load in, then just do it because I'm taking a little while to load in.
So on CakeWatch team on the VSS Mark 9, we've got a Carronade mortar front for that Pyramidion with a Hades light flak on the side, and on Fozzie the Pyra, we've got that Gatling Artemis on the front and Gatling mortar on the side. Do the others? Okay.
And on the Thank You Caroline, we have a Gat mortar front and a Gat flare side. On the Wizard, we have a Watcher front, a Hades front, and we have a Mine Launcher flak side.
Yep, that Mine Launcher, very much a staple of the Wizard. Catholic Sturdy loves that Mine Launcher. He generally uses it himself as...
and it's especially effective on this...
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Wizard,
well, they're just going right for it, aren't they? Fozzie the Pyra turned the other way! He turned for the Thank You Caroline as the Wizard comes in! Now Fozzie the Pyra's getting focus fired!
I'm not entirely sure that was the best idea.
Look at the Wizard! Look at the Wizard! Hydroing above the arcs of the Mark 9! Great focus fire by the Glowwater Thralls! Great evasive play!
Yep. That was pretty crazy there. I'm not entirely sure why that Pyramid turned away, but now VSS is coming up on the Wizard. Trying to take it all the way down. Balloon is popped. Armor is gone, but I think they used the full clip of Gatling.
But where's the mortar? There was no mortar forthcoming.
Didn't wait until that armor was down, but now they're gonna charge
they didn't.
in
They're going for a ram though. Oh, it was a ram, but the hull armor was already down on the Mark 9, and now the Mark 9's going on through and getting destroyed. Well, CakeWatch got Wizard down to about half health for their trouble, but still a solid win on that engagement for the... Oh, and the Fozzie the Pyra's coming back in! Fozzie the Pyra!
Yep. But the Wizard is actually in no place to support him right now. Fozzie the Pyra doing a good enough job. It hasn't taken any shots whatsoever.
True. That is true.
I mean, Caroline is realizing this and is going to back up. He does not want to charge on in there. And now Mark 9 actually spawns right behind him too.
Fozzie the Pyra, of course, is the Artemis Gatling ship of the duo.
Yep, and is getting Hades down now by the Wizard. But Wizard has got to be really careful here. Mark 9 is just lying in wait. Oh, careful there, Wizard. There goes the...
Oh, the Wizard does not want to be in this situation. The Mark 9's charging for the Wizard. The Wizard's going forward. Look to your right, Graphic Sturdy, as the Thank You Caroline comes through and focuses on the Fozzie the Pyra. Mark 9 firing on the Wizard from behind. The Wizard taking heavy damage.
Yep, Wizard is falling down still with no balloon. Armor has been gotten back up, but Fozzie the Pyra goes down. In the meantime, to Thank You Caroline. Can Wizard stay alive here?
Oh, the Wizard just gliding down. He hasn't hit anything yet, but it may only be a matter of time. The Thank You of Caroline has got to scramble to save the Wizard.
Wizard gets taken down by the front nose of the Mark 9. However, now Mark 9 is staring at a Gat mortar in his face.
Yes, indeed, that is not something you want. Now, Mark 9 is going above the Thank You Caroline. They may get the better of this engagement if they can blend down the balloon of the Thank You Caroline. But the Thank You Caroline, moon shining backwards, keeping its balloon up, firing the Gat mortar on the Mark 9.
Fozzie the Pyra has respawned in fairly close. They are on the red spawn of this map. Mark 9 keeping himself alive.
Oh, the Wizard is miles away.
Yeah,
and Thank You Caroline's going to go underneath.
Doing a good job of that Ole.
Very, very good decision-making on the part of Fiasco Total there. Thank you, Caroline, at choosing discretion as the better part of valor as they book it on out, ducking underneath Fozzie the Pyra.
Yep, and that's the really key part of the match there. If the Thank You Caroline had been caught here and taken down, that's suddenly a 3-2, and it suddenly looks a lot more winnable for CakeWatch instead of 3-1. You know, having kill always a good thing. You can always try to just charge that Spire down, but you feel a lot better about the match if it's 3-2 rather than 3-1.
Yes, indeed. And now the Wizard and the Thank You Caroline are reconsidering their position. They don't want the Spire to go. I don't feel that they want the Spire to go in ahead this time.
Yeah, absolutely not. Of course, they did not know that the Mark 9 had respawned right there. I mean, maybe they could have guessed it, but yeah, it's the Mark 9 that's spawning basically right behind where the Wizard had come in, gave it a
Well,
perfect advantage, being behind, being able to slam the Wizard right into the ground, taking out that balloon, and as we said, as we say many times, in fact, Brain is the ultimate MVP. And what is CakeWatch doing?
who else but Graphics Dirty would see two Pyramidians on Paraton and say, you know what, I'm going to take a Spire.
Precisely.
You know?
I don't. CakeWatch is getting really split up here.
Yeah, I'm interested what the CakeWatch. Maybe CakeWatch think that they're like in sort of the D3 E3 kind of region, and they're sort of trying some sort of a flank. I'm not sure.
Well, thankfully, Mark 9 did move forward, and this large billow of clouds had moved past right where he was, so it did not get spotted by the Glowwater Thralls, who are out on the hunt. And it looks like CakeWatch is now more or less meeting back up. Rising up here,
Yes,
trying to see what they can see. Fozzie the Pyra.
almost a spawn swap, you could say. Wizard and the Thank You Caroline moving back into the center map. I think this is where we will see the engagement.
Yeah, they got to be careful with that bridge right in front of them, that dreaded spikes on that old railway line right there.
Hmm.
That's one of those places where you can get caught really, really easily on terrain and just start bouncing around. And I'm sure you've gotten caught down there before on those spikes.
Oh yeah, once or twice.
It's an absolute nightmare. All right, so CakeWatch circling around still, trying to find anything that they can find, see anything they can see. And Thank You Caroline is actually getting right behind the Mark 9 right now. They can catch this Pyramidion by himself. I would do very well, but these clouds are doing their work right now.
Hmm. Aussie the Pyrrha, the Mark 9. They've got their backs to the Glowwaters. The Glowwaters are about to stumble into the perfect surprise attack if they continue the way they're going. And almost as if they heard what I was saying, Fozzie the Pyrrha and Mark 9 turns around. Maybe they saw them in the clouds. In any event, the Thank You Caroline's coming in on the Mark 9. Oh, they're great focus fire on the Mark 9.
Oh my god, that was such a huge barrage there on the Mark 9.
Brilliant focus fire, perfect positioning. Fozzie the Pyrrha hydroing up, trying to go over, but Thank You Caroline matching its arcs perfectly.
And here comes that mortar, and Fozzie the Pyra will go down, and that is a 5-1 victory there for Glowwater Thralls, just getting the very perfect engagement for them at the end there, catching both CakeWatch, basically trying to turn around at the exact same time that fire was coming down, and not much you can do against that.
Yes, it was a bit of serendipity for the Glowwater Thralls there. And that's the risk you take moving around Paraton Rumble in the clouds. One of the other teams could just stumble.
As Glowwater Thralls do only need one more win here, then they would go on to face Crimson Skyriders in the semifinals. So let's get into the match here. Let's do some quick rundowns on the VSS Mark 9, and we've got once again a carronade mortar up front with Hades and a light flak on the side, and on Fozzie the Pyra we've got double Gatling. That's a double Gatling on a Pyramidion. Oh, okay, and a Banshee mortar on the side. Are you in this game yet?
sorry. And on the Thank You Caroline, captained by Fiasco Total, we have a Gatling Mortar, and on the left side we have a Flare Gatling, and on the Wizard we have a Front Hades and a Watcher with a Mine Launcher flak side. Now, the double Gatling Pyramidion isn't actually that weird. That's a ramming Pyrrha.
Yeah, it's very much a ramming pair. It's not
And
something
actually,
that you
here's a
generally see in
perfect-
competition.
Here's a perfect spot for a ram. Well, I mean, it would have been if Thank You Caroline had gone a little further underneath. But Fozzie the Pyrrha's committing it to 100%. Fozzie the Pyrrha's coming forward.
But that armor is already down, and he goes
I
right
know.
into a
Oh.
huge watcher
Dear.
barrage. Oh my god.
If you're gonna
And
take
VSS, what? No, VSS, you should have backed up.
back
this is
away,
gonna
not
be horrible.
today. Run.
And Wizard trying to rain down shots here, but thankfully VSS is back just in time before.
Thank You Caroline is electing not to pursue.
Just not the worst idea. Oh, Fozzie the Pyra spawned behind the two blue ships.
Oh, Fozzie the Pyra could be going for a surprise attack on the Wizard, and which it could easily get.
But it's actually heading towards the Caroline currently. And
Interesting.
they can't really actually get through in the direction that they're going right now.
Yeah,
Have they?
that's going to be a tight fit.
Oh,
he
they
got
just
through,
managed to get
yep.
through there, and they're heading right for the Wizard. Oh, they're heading straight for the
Yep.
Wizard, but they're going to overshoot him. They're going to overshoot him, and
well.
no, the Wizard just gets up, and Fozzie
takes a bounce.
takes a pretty bad bounce now. We got VSS coming in, trying to help out the Caroline.
Oh, Wizard
But-
dropping
oh,
a
Fozzie the
mine, hits
Pyra
Fozzie the
taking-
Pyra.
Oh, Jesus, this just has been completely brutal here
Perfectly
for
placed
CakeWatch.
mine shot there.
The Caroline
oh,
is actually going to go
Caroline
down in the
goes
meantime.
down.
That Carronade stripping that armor, bouncing around on the nose of the VSS, but VSS is now showing his rear to the
Ooh,
Wizard.
VSS. Oh, look at this sort of stuttered Watcher fire. And some heavy, and a bit of flak as well, and some Hades. I think the Mark 9 may be able to barely limp away if it keeps its engines
Armor.
up.
And Balloon is down, and they just barely get that armor back up, and
Oh,
that
he
will
took
go
the
down
bounce.
to
It was
bounce
the
on there.
bounce on that big piece of debris that ended up
However-
killing them. But Fozzie the Pyra coming back in. Gatling shots in the Wizard. Wizard moonshining forward.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. Might be looking to rescue his teammate here. Fozzie the Pyra hanging out alone, trying to catch that Wizard. But now, thank you, Caroline is right up on the back of Fozzie the Pyra. And Fozzie, if he does not get out of here, that Gat Mortar might start missing.
The Wizard needs to
There
stop
you go.
retreating and start attacking right now because the Mark 9 is coming back in. Fozzie
Oh,
the Pyra.
Fozzie tries to
Oh,
hire
Fozzie
up.
the Pyra just doggedly going after the Wizard, but that's going to prove to be a mistake as he gets focused down by the Thank You Caroline. Wizard turning its guns around.
Fozzie
and
barely managing to stay out here, and VSS now
That is
coming in on
true.
Caroline.
Mark 9 coming in on the Caroline. Wizard firing on the damaged Fozzie the Pyra.
Yeah,
Who
but
will
Fozzie's
win this
staying alive here.
Metamidian battle here? The VSS.
Wizard takes down Fozzie in the meantime, and now Mark 9 is looking at the armor still down, trying to come up on the Caroline. Balloon slowly going down on that Caroline, but not really fast enough, and that Wizard has taken focus on the Mark 9 as well, and this would probably be the last gasp
and
of the
by-
CakeWatch here.
By the time they got the balloon down, the Wizard had already turned on them for the focus fire. And
Mark 9 still staying alive, and
Mark-
actually Fozzie the Pirate has
well-
spawned right next to Caroline here, so if
I
Mark 9
think
can
the Mark
hold
9,
on,
no,
barely hold
it's
on,
over.
but no, not quite.
There we go.
Down goes CakeWatch with another 5-1 score. Glowwater Thralls survive the onslaught of CakeWatch. They do it fairly well, but not an easy task here to stare down charges after charges like this.
No, I almost feel sometimes Graphic Sturdy just kind of challenges himself to these builds that require just good piloting, good reactions. And we saw that here with he dodged that